I am a nerd. More to the point, I'm a money nerd. And the older I get, the nerdier I get. This year, for instance, during the time of COVID, I've been diving deep into the history of personal finance. I've been doing research on questions like, when did homeownership become such a big deal in the United States? Has debt always been frowned upon? When did the first mutual fund start? And how about the first index mutual fund? And especially, I'm interested in retirement. How has our perception of retirement and our definition of retirement changed over time? Like I said, I'm a nerd. As part of this nerdiness, I've been collecting old money manuals. I don't mean old like 1970s old, although sure, I'm buying books from the 1970s. I mean old like 1870s old, or 1850s. And if I could afford it, I would buy a copy of Ben Franklin's The Way to Wealth from 1758. But I can't afford it. So the latest addition to my collection, and I'm very excited about this, is a copy of The Richest Man in Babylon from 1930. It cost me $129 to acquire this 23-page pamphlet. By the way, I'm still trying to puzzle this one out. I know that The Richest Man in Babylon started as a series of pamphlets that were distributed through banks and insurance companies in the early 1920s. Then in 1926, the author, George Clason, or I don't know how to pronounce it, let's just say Clason, he collected these pamphlets and revised them and published them into the book that we all know and love today. I think that book has had 2 million copies printed, maybe 7 million. I don't know. It's huge. I suspect most of you have read it. Anyhow, this pamphlet is interesting to me because I don't know how this fits into the whole realm of Richest Man in Babylon history. It was published in 1930 by the Clason Publishing Company in Denver, Colorado. So George Clason, the author, definitely had a role in this. But what is it? It's not the actual book because it doesn't collect all the stuff that we know from the modern edition of Richest Man in Babylon. But I don't think it's one of the pamphlets that was distributed to banks and insurance companies either. It seems like some sort of hybrid, as if it's like a special edition that was created for some purpose, and I don't know what that purpose is. But because I'm a nerd, I want to find out. So one of my quests over the next few months or years is going to be to track down the history of The Richest Man in Babylon. This is a very important book in personal finance, and because I'm a nerd, I want to know more about it. Is it possible to acquire these old pamphlets? What about the early editions of the book itself? And what exactly is this? I don't know, and I want to find out.